Hello, I'm Witch Nikki. I'm going to attempt to make some coasters for our glasses because we got a new wooden table and I don't want the table to get ruined. It's not a brand new table, but we might as well keep it up as neat as possible. So first of all, I had to come up with materials, and I always save stuff. So here's something that I've saved. Cardboard. So I was looking online, and most coasters are made from either a stone top type thing with felt underneath, something to absorb, like absorbent type of a material to absorb the wetness. Now, I don't know how this is all going to work, but here's how I'm cutting it. Let me turn down the music. I don't want to get this stuff on here. I'll just mute it for now. So, as you see, I have made these circles. What I used was this. This would be perfect for, but what this is for is a candle holder type. It's a glass with these little things on it, little stuff on it. This would make a perfect little coaster for most cases if the circumference matches this inside. So I just wanted something to make the circles with, and that's what I used. Now, if you're not familiar, or if you are, most of you, if you're at any age, you know how hard it is to be cutting cardboard. And I wanted to show you about how thick it is. Okay, so I have to actually take two hands to get it to cut all the way. It's very thick. And if you're going to cut, you want to put it in all the way to the wedge right there, or where the scissors meet, and cut it. And then you see it's kind of hard to bring that up because of the edge of the scissors. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm making those little niches all along here, and then I turn it to cut this part out. See, piece by piece. You just snip another cut. You just cut up to meet the edges. Get it? So you're not cutting, you're not gonna go cutting in the circle because that's really hard to do. And kindergartners know that, how hard it is to cut the circle. Let me see if I can find another larger piece. And even cutting, just off of a littler piece, see how easy it comes? See? But on here, you can really wreck the cardboard by trying to cut it in the circle. Plus, it really hurts your hands. So what I do is I just cut up to the lines. You're probably saying, why doesn't she use like a box cutter to go around? Because I don't have anything to put this on. I I don't have anything to put this on to protect the floor from getting scratched up. And you don't want to have that happening. No matter where you live. You don't want to scratch up your floor. So you see now I've got this cut right here. You bring it up as close as you can. And you just cut all the way. Turn it. And then, see, I'm going to try to meet this. There you go. Now I finally got this piece cut out. Yeah, it looks kind of wonky, but I'm going to show you. Instead of turning it, you're just going to take and cut up to the circle. Little slots. Okay? Then you're going to start at like the lowest end right here and start cutting. And watch the little pieces that you cut the slot up to, they're going to fall away much easier. You could do that on paper, cardboard, whatever you're working with material. You could cut, it's an easier circle to cut. Now, these are kind of wavy because the thing that I used, it's got, you see how it's, I don't know if I can show you. See how it's got these little waves in it because of these little glass things, like half marbles. So it's got a bumpy edge to it. That's okay. So here we go. This is one. So for right now, this will work until I can afford to buy some next month. If these don't work out, then I'll be getting some more. But I think these will work out. I'll tell you why in a minute. So you just keep doing this. Okay. You cut away pieces. That's what you do. You just whittle away until you're getting all the outside edges cut. And you might have to do all these little wonky pieces. That's okay. So let me pause this and I'm going to cut the rest out. You don't need to see me struggle, but it is a little bit of a struggle. But for me, I always get like a little mark right in here. You see how much? I don't know if you could see. See that? Yeah. And sometimes right in through here too. So you want to get the cutting done as quickly as possible without so much of a struggle. And it's a little bit hard, but I'm going to get it done. So let me pause it. Okay, I've gotten two more slightly cut out. I still need to trim around the edges. But I wanted to show you these two that are left here, and right here. So what I'm doing is just cutting away the outside areas. And if you have trouble with your hands like I do, take them on the outside. Get it started, and then see how all of my fingers are on the outside rim of this finger hole? And just cut it like that. Have to hold it kind of steady so that you get a good grip, and just press it as hard as you can, even with both hands. So my hands are, not as strong as they used to be. So I wanted to kind of show a little bit how you want the bending to happen away from the work area that you're going to have. Otherwise, it's going to get like a crink in it across the working area. So that's what you want to be careful of. But I have plenty of this. I can make many more, but I'm only going to make 5. Because sometimes we have a house guest. And in the future, I could always get other ones. This will be good enough for now, for a while. These should last. This cardboard's so thick, and I'm going to cover them with something. Just watch. Okay, so now, see how it's kind of like this? Okay, so what I want to do is make a snip right to the line. Go next to it a little bit. A snip right into the line. Snip right into the line. There you go. Just to the line. See, now I'm going to do is cut right along here, and they're going to come off really easy. Watch. See, they start to fall away. See? Instead of going in there, like I said before. Oh, I still have to cut this one. But let me show you. See? Say if this is it, and you're going to try to cut. You could get little bends in the cardboard. So I still need to get this one out off of the cardboard. Yeah, I'm going to cut this piece away so I could have a place to get in here. See, because this line goes to here. And if I turn it now, it's going to make this bend, crinkle. So I just cut it off so that it's close enough to get in there and start going in the next direction around the circle. See how it kind of tears right through here? But I'm away from the line. I might not be very good at explaining things, but I know what I'm doing. Believe me. Something I learned as a kid. And cutting circles, they're so hard to do. If you cut out, and if you cut first, kind of like a square around the circle, and then cut in, trim inwards, you're going to get that circle and be able to cut the edges off. I don't know if that makes sense, but kids and adults have trouble getting around a curve when it's on a piece of paper like this or cardboard. So you just keep cutting. And you might want to cut another big chunk out of here. Because you don't want to damage the inside working part, like I said before. Okay. I'm almost meeting that part where it's going to come right off. There we go. Always clean up later. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to make it rounder like this. It does not have to be perfect because once I get it done, you won't be able to tell. So now that this is cut away from the bigger piece, we're going to do the same thing where we're going to cut to the circle, to the line. And we're just going to turn it and make all these little cuts right there going in. try not to get over the line, but if you do, try not to get very far over the line. Try to control your cuts to where you get to the line and stop. Kind of a lengthy process, but if you ever try to cut out a circle from cardboard, you're going to know it's very hard to do. And yeah, if you have a box cutter, it could go a lot faster. If I had like a piece of wood underneath that I could protect the floor, because you don't want to cut your carpet, you don't want to scratch up your floor. You can get in a lot of trouble from your parents if you're a kid. And then if you're an adult, you're going to wish you had listened to me. So see how easy it's just all coming off? You could probably see it falling. The pieces are just going to be coming right off. And the working part is not getting damaged. See that? Pretty good. I'm just stacking it all up right there. I'm going to clean it up later. Always clean up your messes. I try to clean up as I go, but I don't have a garbage bag to put it in for right now. Just trimming a few little straight corner pieces off. That's good. It almost has to be like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. So here we go. Do you see my line? It's kind of light, but I can see it. Once you get it all the little lines cut, the little snips all the way around, it just comes off so much easier. Now, with material, it's a little bit different. You could just cut in a circle, but if you have trouble of going around, that's what I'm suggesting you do, is cut little niches all the way around your circle. I have the Garbage Men collection today. Garbage collection. Sorry, this is a lengthy process, but I did kind of want you to see how it goes. Might have to do a part 2. I don't know. All right, so now I've got all these little cuts. You kind of see them a little bit here going around. See? So you just head in on one of the smaller ones, areas. See this? I'm going to start cutting right along here. You could cut it straight off and then start working on the next area. Just kind of turning it with your hand a little bit. with wooden tables are so vintage, so antique-ish, you know, you don't really get to see very many wooden made furniture nowadays. And so when you do come across it, you know, you got a good deal on it, actually. They're kind of vintage-ish looking. And the chairs are, I might show them eventually on TikTok too. I'll collect the video that I did the other day about them. There's no real way for me to show them on here. I could go downstairs and look at them, but I'm not going to do that right now. So you see, these are all, they are round. Okay, yes, they're kind of edgy, but that's okay. Now I have so many different kind of materials that I've saved throughout the years. In this little case that I have. I'm going to use this other piece of cardboard here to work on. Now that's a table, so I get some glue. Won't be getting the glue on there. So let me show you what I have to work with. Here's some blue. This is felt. Now I've learned that felt doesn't really glue on things very well. You have to have like a material glue, but felt on the bottom would be nice. Wish there was a way that I could get it to really stick on, but I don't. All I have is this school glue to work with, this white Studio Art, whatever it's called. I have some of this material and some of this material. And it is springtime, so actually I just have little bits and pieces of that. Oh, what do we got here? I did a project one time where I did a quilt, and I still have a lot of this. I think I'm going to go with that. So this is a good place for me to end it, because I'm going to kind of look at the pieces of material that I have and figure out which would be best for using this. Oh, I also have these little wooden hearts. Don't really want to paint them, because if you put a wet glass on it, then the paint's going to get wet. It's kind of smooshy. So what I was thinking of, using the material to cover one part or something, and then using these hearts either like this around the edge. Depends on, I have quite a few, I think. Or I could just glue them. They have holes in them, so I could put like either 4 like this together. Then, you see, if a glass is put on top, it's not going to be directly. And I would cover, I could cover it with the material. I have to think about it. But I'm not going to post this until I have part 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure I could finish this in part 2. So hopefully I'll be posting these side by side. I won't post this one until I've done part 2. That way, you know, I won't be wasting it if I've decided I've made a big mistake. So let me figure out what I'm going to do. I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching so far.